Friends, Greg Newmaster coming at you again with another action figure review. Today I have Thundercats Ultimates Lion-O with the LED light up eyes. The question of this video, is this the best Lion-O ever made, or is it another bust? So we're going to go through this figure, review it as honestly as possible, and we'll see what you think and what I think. All right, so Super 7 is at it again. I got to start by saying that I'm very thankful for this figure. It reminds me of getting my first Lion-O figure when I was a little kid, and he had the light up eyes, and that was such a cool feature. And it's bringing back all the feels, all the memories. So I was so excited when they said they were going to do this figure. They were going to do a new sculpt. And I was like, wow, they're finally going to make the best Lion-O figure ever. And then we got the deluxe version, which we found out that was going to be basically the same figure without the light up eyes and without the additional accessories. And gotta admit, there were things about it I liked, but there was a lot of things about the deluxe version that I disliked. And let's see if they improved on this figure. So first off is we have a new package with the slip cover, which is very exciting. Really cool packaging. I like it. You got the light up eyes, silhouetted Lion-O doing sight beyond sight. There's the back, there's the sides, there's the bottom, and he's already out of the package. I already took him out because I want to go through this quickly, but that's what it looks like with it off. You get the nice Thundercats logo. Looks like the mouth of the cat from Cat's Lair. Nice new Ultimates logo on the top with the red. And they even have the nostalgic light up eyes like you'd get on your original LJN figure. Nothing on that side. And here we go. On the back there, nice little bio, nice art image. Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats. Lion-O is a cunning leader known for his great strength and agility. He wields power with the magical airship of his forefathers, the Sword of Omens, which allows him to see faraway lands and to contact the Thundercats when there is impending danger. Although Lion-O is a ruler, he is a child in a man's body, constantly challenged to grow in moral strength through the code of Thundera, justice, truth, honor, and loyalty. And Lion-O always succeeds. So there's a nice little bio there. Gonna pop this slip cover back on. And let's get into this figure and check out all the cool things that came with it. So first up, here he is. The new light up Lion-O figure himself. I gotta say, I really, really dig this head sculpt. It looks great. He looks, even with the lights off, he looks pretty fantastic. I gotta say, I love the design of what they did with this head. It's pretty ingenious. So before, when just looking at pictures, I thought there would be a button on the back of his head and the light would be inside of this big melon because he has this huge thick hair. The hair is soft, by the way. It's like that soft rubbery plastic. But what they did, which I think is a brilliant idea, and Marvel Legends, if you're paying attention, you should do this with Cyclops, is they took like a little battery pack and they hid it in the neck. And it looks like two little batteries. I forget what the type is. I don't think it's a C, but it's smaller than that. There's a little on-off switch there. You flick that on. You pop it back down in the neck hole, neck cavity. And you pop the head back on, and he's even able to articulate. And look, oh look, Thundercats ho, we got the light up eyes. Now, I do wish there was just a simple button where I could push it on and off instead of having to go through the process of pulling the whole head out. But look at that. That's amazing. Pretty brilliant idea. I love that they did this. I love that they were able to pull it off. And I love that he articulates. Look at that. You got our nice neck articulation. That's always a problem with light up figures and their eyes, is like, how do you make the light and the neck articulate? So they were able to maintain the articulation. So we get a nice head sculpt there. And then we get, you got just a neutral head sculpt. This is like the deluxe version. Are there any improvements in this guy? So here is the DX version compared with the new LED. It looks like the eyes, the colors are better. So there's actually a little bit of shading in the hair. A little bit of a wash is on there. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but there is a bit of a wash on there. It's a darker red. So you get this darker red instead of this cartoony looking orange color. There it is from the back. That's what it looks like on the inside. I don't know if you can see in there. Pretty neat. So you get that head. And then I was so excited to see this. We get this new head sculpt with his hair kind of tucked back and up. And that's very reminiscent of the introduction of the show when he's doing the Thundercats Ho. His hair kind of points up like this. And I actually think I like this look. And I'm going to display him with this hairstyle. You can see Kid Lion-O has a similar hairstyle. So I dig it. I think that's awesome. And then, of course, we get the light up eyes. You can see that, which is pretty neat. So we get the 3 head sculpts. Not bad, huh? And then, let's see if we can get it to focus. Yeah, so you get the 3 head sculpts. So love the light up feature. Just brilliant, huge plus. Great job, Super 7. And thank you for that. So on to the accessories. We get just another claw shield. It's kind of disappointed. So you get the claw shield and the short sword. This is like the standard claw shield. It seems like that's coming with most figures. Actually, it is a bit smaller than previous ones. So you get the small claw shield. For instance, here is the one that comes with Snarf. Much bigger. So you get a smaller claw shield with the pinhole on the belt, and then you can just port that on like so, and then you can put it on like that. Now, I think my idea was pretty good. On the show, Lion-O just stuck it onto his leg. So I just simply got a couple magnets, drilled a little hole, and that's like a cheap, easy thing. These magnets were only like, I got like a pack of 50 for like a few dollars. So there's no reason in the future they can't come up with an idea like that. Just put a magnet on it. It goes right to his leg. You don't have to worry about the problem with the little pin sticking out of his belt, because Lion-O always just shoved it right on his leg. So you get the claw shield with the short sword. You get the same claw shield that came with the deluxe version. It's really nice. It's very small compared to the previous claw shields. And I think they were just trying to proportion it to the new Lion-O. I was very disappointed with this claw shield though, because I thought it was going to be like Pumra's, where you could just slip it over his hand and you didn't have to take out a hand and then pop it on like so. So, that was kind of disappointing. Also, my Lion-O, once again, is defective. Let me show you why. So this tricep bicep joint is backward. It's right, it is correct on this side, but it's backward on this side. And that was the same with my deluxe version. I had to heat the arms up and swap the biceps because they did it wrong. This is unacceptable, Super 7. I don't know why you guys can't seem to get this right. But yeah, so I have a backwards bicep joint, it seems like. Or it doesn't fit properly. I don't know what's going on with that, but we're paying good money for these figures, and there's no reason there should be mistakes like that. So you get the claw shield. You get 2 sets of weapons holding hands, where the joint is a vertical joint versus a horizontal joint, which I love. I'm afraid to move this though, because I don't want to snap it. It seems like I'm going to have to heat it up. What else do we have? This is you get 2 sets of hands, 3 sets of hands total. So you get clawed, grabby hands as usual. You get a set of fisted hands, which I just honestly think is a waste. We don't need all these hands. They just go in the packaging. And then you get the Jade Dragon from an episode with Hachiman. So you can add to your collection. You can throw that in your cat's lair in the weapons armory. But here's the best thing that they did. Finally, we get a proper Sword of Omens, colored correctly. This is a work of beauty. There's only one mistake, is the silver should be painted right here on this little triangle, and then it's perfect. But they finally did the Sword of Omens correct and gave an ivory blade. So they keep improving the Sword of Omens. So this is the very first Sword of Omens we got. This thing was terrible. They didn't even get the logo right. This is the one that came with the very first Lion-O figure from Super 7. Look at the difference. So then they tried to correct that by making it just all silver, which is better. It's an improvement. This is the snow version, Hook Mountain version. But finally did they get this right. It has the ivory blade, the proper coloring. And look at this, friends. Check this out. It is, got it under the light here. That's glow in the dark, baby. That blade is glow in the dark. Awesome, huh? So you get 2 glow in the dark blades. You get the fully elongated version when he calls the Thundercats, and then you get the sight beyond sight version. And I'll put it under the light here, and boom, glow in the dark. Pretty awesome. So thank you Super 7 for that. That's just so cool. So for the first time, we get the sight beyond sight blade. We always just got the short sword version and the elongated version. But now we have a proper Sword of Omens. Give me sight beyond sight. Let's see if I can get him in the pose. So these joints are super tight. This is how it was on my DX version. I'm afraid... it's so tight. I have to heat this up, because if I don't, it's gonna break off. Yeah, I can't even get the... Yeah, so we'll get into the negatives in a minute, but one of the biggest negatives are the joints on these things. It's like, can we just get it all the way? I'd be so happy if they just got the articulation correct, and then these figures would be perfect. But as you can see, I'm struggling to pose my figure here. So here's the sight beyond sight. See if I can get it on camera where you can see the eyes. Yeah, so Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Really awesome. So you get 3 swords. You get the sight beyond sight sword. You get the fully elongated sword. And then you get the short sword. 3 heads, a jade dragon, and 3 sets of hands. Okay, so quickly on to the articulation. We got a whole new sculpt. So the torso is different. So here is the OG from Mattel. This is in the Masters of the Universe style. So we get a whole new torso, legs, everything. Whole new sculpt. Is it better? In ways. It looks better. So we get a decent crunch. Obviously, we get the new head. Shoulders move nice and freely, so that's good. Let's see. Like, all these joints are so tight. I can barely move this wrist. I'm afraid I'm going to snap it. It's so tight. Like I said, I got a botched bicep tricep joint. Like, that thing looks like it's like ready to pop off. Yeah, it's just wrong. So it was just like this on my DX version. I had to swap them to different sides because they got them incorrect. What else? So this is kind of loose in there because of the design. So what else? We can do a full straddle. We can do a full kick. We got rotation in the knees. Sorry. Rotation in the knees. Like, terrible bend. That's one thing I don't like about this new design either, is you can barely bend the knees. Like, I had to cut it out on the back of my DX version so I could go a full 90 degrees or a little bit more just to get some more out of it. Like, there's no reason like I should have to do that when I'm buying an action figure. So Super 7, if you're listening, please improve your articulation. Give us double joints. For instance, here is one of my favorite Lion-Os. This is the Bandai version. Look at that articulation. Double jointed knees. They are cats. They move so fluidly in the animation. Like, this is just awesome articulation. It doesn't have the double jointed elbows, but just in comparison, this is probably the best articulation on a Thundercats figure that we had. This is the Bandai version. What else? Wrapping this up. Yeah, so there's the articulation. You've seen the head already. Shoulders can barely... Look, I mean, we don't even get 90 degrees out of the elbows. Like, he can barely get past that bicep. It's like, come on, guys. You could do better than that. For a deluxe figure. That's what he looks like from behind. That's what he looks like from the bottom. He's got ankle joints, of course. He's got some pivot. And then just the standard wrist joints. Alright, so what do I like about this figure? I love the head sculpts. I love the light up eyes. It looks really good. They improved the coloring. So, like, he's so pale in the DX version. They adjusted the skin color, so he is a bit darker, which is good. What else? I like the articulation on the torso, the lighter colors in his outfit. Everything looks really good. Negatives, the joints in the knees, the elbows, and just the botched shoulder. This is twice in a row that this has happened to me. Unacceptable. So I don't appreciate that. The swords are perfect, except for they're just missing a little bit of silver paint on the triangle. Love the fact that they gave us the Sight Beyond Sight sword and the new sword, fully elongated, and they're glow in the dark. So that's fantastic. This looks really nice. Poured it onto his belt, even though that is not correct. And my magnet method that I did myself, I think is better. It's a great figure. I'm really happy to have it. But is it the perfect Lion-O? I would say no. They still just have a few more steps to go, and they'll be there. Especially improving the articulation, the quality control issues. But this is about as close as you're going to get until Masters of the Universe, what is it? New Eternia. If they start making new Eternia figures in this with Thundercats, I think that's where it's going to be. So anyhow, Thundercats Ultimates Lion-O, love it. It's not perfect, but it's pretty awesome. Highly recommend this figure. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and God bless you all. Thundercats, oh!